Kasi ako na lang kakapakla ng board nyo. Parang na kayo gagalaw. Ay, hindi na kayo.
If ever medyo, madali na lang, hindi na ako top 10.
It's getting late. Yun nga. Kasi ginagawa ko doon, ano lang, chords.
The new songs came together. Basically, it started the way that we've been writing songs na magsisend si O ng demos, magsisend ako ng ideas. Ganun siya nagsimula pero hindi siya eventually ganun natapos. Ngayon, mas maraming input yung other members, which I really like.
Mas collaborative dahil upo kami sa kwarto ni RG or sa kwarto ni O. Tapos papag-isipan namin per part. Nakakatuwa na ganun na, uy, ito yung gusto ko gawin. Tapos may magsasabi na isa, baka pwedeng gawin mo tong part na to as this way.
The two of the newer songs, sinimulan na namin yun isulat before pa umalis ni Arch. So, yun, nag-start kami, then we were able to write those two. Then the other two, sinulat namin nung nakabalik na siya. The first two, sinulat namin na wala pa si Luis. Tapos yung second two, sinulat namin nakasama na siya. So, kita rin yung difference dun.
Para sa akin kasi at this point in my life na may akong priorities with my wife and my son, and then I also have my other hobbies. So it was a bit challenging for me to write new things. During the writing process of the EP, since we have a new member, si Luis, I tried to let him be more active. Hindi naman sa pagiging tamad or anything, but I want to work with him as opposed to he works with me.
Bakit ba ako makakatagol? Sorry.
Actually, excited ako na meron kaming new songs. Pero excited din ako sa new songs on their own kasi I feel that we're doing a lot of things differently this time.
Varied in a sense na different genres pa rin siya. Like, we have a punk song, we have a slow song, we have medyo emo pa rin yung vibe, and at the same time, it still sounds like The Night You Sleep, which I like, I love, actually.
With this new music, parang sa akin, ano talaga eh, andun yung mga element of punk, metal, with a little bit of ambient. Sa akin, exciting yun para sa akin, guys. Those are the music na pinapakinggan ko talaga ever since. Ayan.
Mas gusto ko siya kahit na EP lang siya na 4 songs. I think these songs are very different from what we already did. For this EP and for probably the next few albums of Tonight We Sleep, I decided not to play guitars anymore. Naisip ko na kasi I'm convinced that I'm not the best guitar player, or hindi ako satisfied with my skills with regards to playing the guitar. And I felt like if I were singing and playing the guitar at the same time, I'm holding back either on playing the guitars or singing. So gusto ko mag-focus on singing para I think we as a band can practically do whatever we want to do kapag nag-focus ako sa singing. Kasi we can all focus on our own instrument. So feeling ko marami pang mangyayari sa future. out of the four, I'm really excited to play Intervals live. Iba yung energy ng song na yun. Iba yung bigat, iba yung... I think na in a live setting, yun yung pinaka masarap din mapanood, mapakinggan.
I'm most excited to play Intervals live, just because it's not too much of a fast song, not too slow. So, for me, it's just right, and it's fun. It has metal parts, so may bagsakan siya.
I'm excited to play Congratulations You're Dying mainly because of the ambient parts and the mga not so much of the heavily distorted guitar driven I'm more comfortable playing with those kinds of mga reverbish ambient delayed.
Find It in Me, mainly because iba siya. I feel like we haven't, parang walang punk song sa Tonight We Sleep in my opinion. So it's also a bit challenging to play kasi naninibago ako sa mga beats ng drums in some of the parts. So but it's a lot of fun, so I'm excited to play that.
Excited ako and at the same time takot ako na tugtugin live yung Find It in Me kasi yun yung song na nagpa-decide sa akin na mag-focus lalo sa vocals. Mahirap siya kantahin.
My favorite as of now, I would say is Congratulations. Kasi sarap I don't know. Even though I kind of barely play anything, I only play in the main parts. Verses nga wala ako but ang sarap. Parang ramdam ko yung bigat ng kanta. Even though I have no idea what the song's about.
Find It in Me. Before we wrote Find It in Me, my favorite was Intervals.
My favorite is Congratulations You're Dying because sobrang ang daming element, ang daming dynamics doon.
Intervals. Well, nagustuhan ko siya kasi yun yung pinaka unang nakuha ko yung kwento. Kasi parang naramdaman ko kung paano sinulat ni O or dahil tungkol saan yun. At the same time, nung sinusulat siya it reminded me of how he wrote one of the songs dun sa second album, yung Shelter of City Walls. So, batuhan kami ni O nun lalo na sa second verse So, parang ganun yung feeling ko na sinusulat yung kanta na to
Out of all the songs in the EP, my favorite song is a song called Congratulations You're Dying. Dahil lang rin sa meaning ng kanta.
I'll probably be most excited about Intervals because among all the songs, I think yun yung pinakamasaya para sa akin because there's a lot of things going on. So, yun yung mga trip ko, yung mga magugulo.
I'm excited to record Congratulations You're Dying because we will feature another artist. I'm really excited about recording yung bagsakan ng Intervals. Yung yung favorite ko yun kasi nung sinulat namin yan, gusto ko talaga ayoko ng tunog bata kasi matanda na kami. So parang gusto ko, kinausap ko sila, sabi ko guys, gusto ko mag-reflect sa sound natin at tinatanggap natin yung pagka-tito natin. Tito rock na. Alam mo yun, gusto ko yung parang pang-tatay, ganun. Yun yung gusto ko. So feeling ko nakuha namin yun sa bagsakan na yun. Kaya excited ako doon. I think 3 out of 4 of the songs have parts wherein I am really scared to record. Yung mga birit parts ko, but Pero ako naman yung pumili noon, so that's a burden that I have to I have to keep. Sige.
Sobrang kinakabahan ako i-record yung Find It In Me. Tulad nun kanina sa pre-prod, it was the first time I actually played it live as a whole. It was very difficult for me because mapapansin nyo rin naman na a lot of the beats there, malayo siya sa normal ko na ginagawa. It's a very fast song. Yung BPM niya, it's something that I'm not used to as a drummer.
I'm kind of worried about recording the part in Find It In Me. So that's the second verse. So it's more of really, really fast punk. So I need to get used to it, the speed, the tempo.
All the songs, I'm really anxious kasi, it's a different it's a different people I will be working with. It's a different band. Everything's different. So, the new songs, anxious lang talaga ako. And at the same time, overwhelming and excited. Ayun.
I'm not actually anxious or worried about anything. Kasi knowing myself, basta ipapractice ko lang, I can pretty much get it done. So,
So it's really good to be back in the studio after 3 years. Syempre, ang tagal na. And ako kasi, I really enjoy being in the studio. I really enjoy the recording process. So ngayon, I really tried na to be here as much as possible. Tapos, ayun, medyo may pagka-control freak din kasi ako. So gusto ko, alam ko lahat ng nangyayari, and then mahilig din ako magbigay ng feedback sa lahat ng parts kahit malamang naiinis na sila sa akin. So ayun, gusto ko lang, na-enjoy ko siya, so it's really nice na to be recording again. The writing process this time was very different kasi ito yung first time na wala kaming tinugtog live until after recording mostly. Dati kasi nagsusulat kami ng kanta tapos kahit medyo bago-bago pa na tinutugtog na namin siya live, and then medyo nagbabago na lang siya throughout na sa kakatugtog may mga nadadagdag ganun. Para sa akin, sinabi ko yun sa kanila na parang nare-restrict kami doon kasi syempre hindi pa namin talaga pinag-iisipan masyado yung song, tapos dahil lang tutugtugin na namin, parang isa-stamp na namin na tapos na siya. As opposed to ngayon, talagang pinag-isipan namin lahat before ever playing it live, before ever having anyone hear it, na pag-isipan na namin lahat ng parts kung may gusto kaming palitan. So we spent a lot more, we put a lot more thought into writing these songs compared sa dati.
Three years since the last time we were in a studio to record. Familiar, at the same time, hindi nawawala yung kaba. Laging nakakaba kapag recording dahil, of course, you're on a specific time that you have to finish. At the same time, dapat mas malinis compared to a jam or a live set. Kahit part by part, kailangan sunod ka sa metro. It's been quite a while, and it's fun again to be inside the studio. And nakakatuwa na it's not just the four of us anymore. Yeah, we have a new guy on board that's also bringing new ideas. So thinking about what we wrote, it's fun to record those new tracks. we started out as O and Arj bring the stuff that they did at home, a demo. Then Milex, and of course it's also new that Luis is on board, that we give our ideas to it, what riffs we can incorporate to those demos. What's new, it's very new about this EP is that two of the songs was when Luis entered. So there's really variations. At the same time, it feels like a really good transition to having a new lineup. The big difference is that I think we thought about the songs in the EP more compared to how I wrote for Home, the parts for Home. Parang mas kinikil namin. I'm really excited, not just to release it. I'm really excited to play these songs live because it's different the way we recorded it. We don't, when we finish a song, we didn't play it live like what we did with Home or what we did with We Will All Recover. So that's what makes it more nakakagigil tugtugin. So I'm really waiting for that launch, and hope that everyone's excited as well. That new songs are coming out.
Kapag isa-save mo, you do 30 onwards. So, being back in the studio, I enjoy this experience more because in the previous album, what we did was whenever we would finish writing a song, we would record it in the studio agad. As compared to this time around, nakalatag na yung mga kanta. And then we can record it in one go. Para sa akin kasi, it's better in terms of like yung gear. So, the guitars are in one condition throughout the songs. Pati na rin yung tunog ng amps. I felt like it was more consistent this time around. I guess how we used to do things in the previous album, I think even during the time of We Will All Recover, so when we would write a song, we would usually play it live, and then we would refine it along the way. As opposed to this time, except for intervals, before RG left, we never played any of the songs live. So when you would sit down in RG's house or O's house, I would lay out kung ano yung magiging parts ko, and then kung may papalitan pa, I would do it in the studio or dun sa bahay nila O, but never live. So para pagdating na sa recording, yun na yung final version niya. In this EP for the guitar parts, how I approached it was that I took into account how the previous album sounded. So, O and I had a conversation about that one time na parang medyo manipis in terms of like how the final product ended up. So, this time I was like more I guess my goal was to make sure the guitars, sounded better this time. Utilizing, I guess, the Axe effects more. And then I had a lot more ears when setting up the guitars kasi previously in Home, I think kami lang ate ni RG, 2 sets of ears lang. So this time around, mas maraming sets of ears could tell me to change things. Also with different guitars, I had the chance also to really hear kung ano yung talagang best guitar for that part, be it the clean part or the distortion part, even though at the end of everything we ended up using one guitar for my part. So but it was still a good experience to try different things. Yeah.
Being back in the studio after 3 long years is a great feeling dahil matagal masyado yung 3 years. Excited na ako na nagre-record kami ng bago. Tonight we sleep. Why do the dead that keep haunting with regards to the writing process for the EP, dati kasi ang nagsistart ng songs kami ni O, sa bahay ko or minsan sa bahay niya. But now that I'm focusing on the vocals and I'm no longer playing the guitar, sila na yung nagsistart ng lahat ng instruments. And mas gusto ko yun kasi makaka-focus talaga ako sa pagkanta, and I'm really excited for songs, what they can come up with na mga songs, dahil all of the Tonight Sleep songs halos kasama na ako sa pag-start ng music so I wanna hear a Tonight Sleep song na hindi ako part nung instrument aspect ng song. Now that I'm no longer gonna play the guitar, mag-iiba lahat ng treatment ko for the vocals, because before I was playing the guitar and somewhat limited yung pagkanta ko dahil I had to think about what I was playing with the guitar. And so ngayon na vocals lang, no excuses, I have to think of a different kinds of melodies, and kailangan ko i-prove na tama nga itong decision na nag-focus siya sa pagkanta.
You're taking me with you anyway. You're taking me with you.
For the upcoming EP, it's totally different from the past albums. Personally, for me, mainly because yung for the two albums, yung mga events na nangyayari for the songs, parang the event happened like a few months ago or years ago before we ever wrote the song about it. Well, right now I think some of the songs in the EP are about events that happened like a month ago or 2 months ago. So I guess if you get to feel or understand the emotion behind the songs, mas maintindihan nyo na kakapangyari lang nun kaya ganun yung treatment sa mga kanta. Ayan.
Back when we still had time. Now distance is just another bother to this love. In spaces between us, like these pieces out of place, but we'll always fit back together again. But we'll always fit back together again. You're taking me with you anyway. You're taking me with you. You're taking me with you anyway. You're taking me with you.
Early 2016, my dad told me that we're gonna go to the States just for a vacation. Nakaset na yun. We have tickets, and we had two-way na ticket. And then around like a few months before we were about to leave, ewan ko, for some reason lang, parang wala lang ako talagang nararamdaman. and as in literal na I felt nothing, that I wanted to like parang gusto ko ng clean slate, gusto ko ng fresh start somewhere or someplace that nobody knows who I am, or parang a place na kahit na wala akong friends okay lang, a place where I can have new friends and get to know new people. So ayun, hindi nung kaya that was the time na inisip ko na magsistay na lang ako sa Michigan with kasama ng tita ko sa house nila. And the only thing that was parang mabigat para sa akin na iwanan is Tonight We Sleep, kasi yun yung parang well, I have my family, I have friends, and I have work rin, but music has always been the biggest part of my life, and parang kung bitawan ko lang siya without saying goodbye or without a proper way to end things, parang it wouldn't sit right with me, and at the same time I know it wouldn't sit right with my bandmates. Kaya nangyari yung Good Night We Sleep. Kasi ang initial plan talaga, ako gusto ko parang magsasabi na lang ako kapag nandun na ako. Kasi parang easy way out yun na nga pala, nandito na ako sa States, tapos di na ako babalik. Yun yung una kong plan, pero parang kasing ang kupal masyado nun. So ayun, kaya nangyari yung Good Night We Sleep. Yung sa Good Night We Sleep, yung going to Good Night We Sleep, iniisip ko na maiiyak ako dito ng solid. Kasi, for some reason, nung una naming launch and second launch namin, pati lahat ng, parang, kung hindi man ako umiyak, yung luha ko parang palabas na. Because of, sa emotion lang na bibigay ng tao, ng crowd, and marami kang kaibigan doon. So, ina-assume ko na parang ina-assume ko na sa Good Night We Sleep, sure ball na maiiyak ako. Pero, after, yung sa gig, hindi siya kasi para sa akin malungkot parang ang saya na andun lahat nung talagang nakikinig sa amin, lahat nung may alam nung kanta namin, as in for the whole set, parang yun yung only time na nagka-gig kami na for the whole set, everyone was singing all of the songs, literally all of the songs. And parang parang yun yung nag-stamp sa akin na I did something right with regards to this band, na with regards to music, na it just made me happy. It just made me feel something again, just right before I left. And tsaka syempre umiyak si Lex, so yun yung isang memorable dun na nangyari. When I left for the States, and yun nga, wala nang Tonight We Sleep, wala akong balak whatsoever to continue playing. Parang gusto ko mag-settle down sa States. I wanted to get a job, or I wanted to get to know a new circle of friends. Pero nung sa Michigan kasi, I ended up parang taking lots of road trips, yung mga 2-hour drive, 3-hour drive. So nung pumunta ako ng Detroit, pumunta rin ako sa may Indiana. Nag-road trip lang ako mag-isa. I played a couple of open mic shows na hindi ko sinabi kahit kanino, hindi ko pinost. Tas parang na-miss ko lang siya. So the next day, bumili ako ng gamit sa guitar store, sa Guitar Center. As in legit na pang-recording ng pang-solo artist. And then ayun, di ko napigilan, gumawa pa rin ako ng kanta. Nakasulat ako ng mga 4 or 5 songs. So after around 5-6 months in the States, nanalo si Trump. Tapos kinailangan akong bumalik dahil baka daw hindi safe. And at the same time, na-bore rin ako na mag-isa lang ako na tinatry ko magsulat ng music mag-isa. Na-miss ko yung mga kabanda ko. Iba kasi talaga yung dynamic namin, lalo na pag songwriting, pag kami nila nagsistart ng song, iba eh. It's a different kind of high, it's a different feeling. So, ayun, pagbalik ko, before ako dumating, dapat surprise na gig ng Move Forward Productions, mga kaibigan namin sa Move Forward. Surprise lang talaga dapat siya. Tapos, for some reason, in-announce nila yung poster before I arrived. Tas mukha ko pa yung nasa poster. Tapos tutugtog pa Tonight We Sleep, tsaka I Belong to the Zoo, yung solo project. So parang, ayun nga, babalik na nga talaga ako. Before I left, may plano na kami na kumuha ng bagong ng isa pang gitarista para again for me to be able to focus on singing, and then baka chords na lang or basic rhythm na lang yung guitar parts ko. So may kasama si Lex na may lead or may intricate guitar parts. And sadly, joke lang, na may napapanood kaming bata na magaling maggitara, magulo siya, tapos kumakanta pa. Tapos in-invite namin siya na sumali, tapos sabi niya no. Kaso yun nga, baka nagpapilit lang. Hindi, meron kasi siyang meron pa siyang ibang banda. At least hindi siya nag-go, tas bigla niya kami binitawan. Si Luis yun, tas meron, after a while, sinabi niya na, sige, he'll fix his schedule and then he'll find time for Tonight We Sleep. And kasi kami naman, we don't gig regularly. I mean, nag-gig lang kami like couple of times lang in a month. So, it's not as heavy as the schedule of his other bands. Tapos yun, when Luis came to the picture, alam ko yung first jam pa lang namin, parang either kami ni Rection or nagkatinginan kami ni O na okay, maganda yung tunog. It's a good decision. And ayun, kaya rin ako sobrang excited for our upcoming release dahil para sa akin, Luis brings in younger fire, yung fire namin dati na sobrang excited tumugtog na magra-rock out 200% sa mga gigs. So, excited ako na kasama namin yun si Luis.
The time when I found out that Arj was leaving, I think kasama ko si Ono eh. We were going to practice ata or maybe a gig. But, when he told me, I wasn't sad or anything. It was okay because looking back at all the years that I've been doing this since I was, 13, 14, considering that I've never tasted fame or whatever. I was very content with what I've achieved, not only in Tonight We Sleep but in my previous band, Quago. So I was able to play in Bohol, Cebu multiple times, and then yung mga big gigs din, I've experienced it. So there was really nothing more I could ask for. I was really content with everything that has happened in my music career. So, yeah. Good Night We Sleep was very emotional for me because parang bumalik lahat ng experiences ko since high school, from playing all those fairs and then being the kids playing at Freedom Bar. Lahat bumalik. The times that we played empty shows and we still played. That was the times that, maraming tao. So, it's very overwhelming. And then, syempre, ako yung crybaby ng banda. Wala ako yung umiyak eh. Only to find out na sayang yung tears ko kasi bumalik din si RG eh. Bad trip ako nun eh, but it was fine. So during the time that The Night We Sleep was around, I was just living my life, being a dad, being a husband, tapos work, still playing video games and shit, you know what I mean? Same old. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to pick up the guitar as much as I wanted to. Kasi naaliw si Tyler, my son. So every time I would bring out the guitar, he would go to me, then he would play with the strings. So hindi na ako nakakalaro. And then I said, okay. So I just put the guitar away, then I just play with him. So usually that's how it would go. But, went through with my life. Normal lang. Okay lang. Mas nakakatulog ako pag weekends, pag walang gig. So I had a bit more sleep. Not as tiring. Pero I really missed it. Nakaka-miss it. When I found out The Night We Sleep came back, di naman ako nagulat or anything kasi si Trump naging president, so I figured si RG madi-deport or something like that. So I kinda expected it when I found out that he won. So okay lang naman, chill lang naman ako. Like I've always, right now at this point in my life, basta I don't wanna be bandmates with anyone else. Pag sila, I would go all out for them. If it was like another group of people ask me to form a band with them, I'd like, sige, wag na, ayoko na. And then, Luis came into the picture kasi he would session for me a few times. And then, matagal na namin pinag-uusapan na magkakaroon ng like a third guitar player or maybe an alternative guitar player to RG. And then, early on, nakikita ko that Luis was a good fit. But I guess at the time, before RG left, he was busy with law school. But now, when he came back, game naman siya. So, makes it work. We all do, diba? We all go through the same grind. So, we all do whatever we need to do. And then when it's band time, it's band time.
Nalaman ko alis na si RG. Of course, malungkot ako. Kapatid na trato ko sa kanya. Tapos, aside from mawawala The Night We Sleep nun, mawawala si RG. So, na-down ako nun. To the idea that one of my friends na I see almost every week, I can't even say hi in person anymore. So, LDR ko no. Yeah, that was not really terrible, but it felt bad. For Tonight We Sleep, what I felt what it means for the band was, what we played for the gig. I really thought that it was Good Night We Sleep, that it was the last one. I've been bandmates with these guys since I was in grade school, so it's hard for that to stop abruptly. Maisip ko I had more time now. I can do more things, but it's weird not doing those things, that wasting that time or spending that time with the friends that you grew up with. Yeah. For me, Good Night We Sleep was sobrang roller coaster ng gabing yun. Na pagdating sa gig, all of the friends that through the years, even those that weren't watching gigs for the past couple of years, 3 years, 2 years, haven't been going to our gigs, they showed up. That felt really, really nice. Also, playing the set. It was a really long set. All songs from, not all songs, but most songs from the first album and the second album. And actually, the highlight of the night for me was when we're all done with the set. We played the songs, we played the encore, and I saw Lex. He was crying. Of course, it's the last gig, and I felt sad for that. But when O went to me and I heard everyone clapping, he told me, "Pare, yan yung pinaghirapan mo. Yan yung pinaghirapan natin." Pucha. Doon ako magulgol. Parang, ever since parang gusto ko lang naman tumugtog, pero being able to share that with people actually clap that hard, sang that hard that night with us, that was something else. Nung nawala na yung Tonight We Sleep, medyo nabigla ako. I had so much time on my hands. I got to do a bit of more work, so I spent time on that, as well as more leisure time for me. I started cooking more again, as well as started playing games, computer games more. So, World of Warcraft. For the war. Well, nung nalaman ko na balak ni Arj bumalik sa Pilipinas, of course, excited. My friend's coming back home. He's not just my bandmate, he's my friend, man, for a long time. I felt really happy about that. I remember, I think we gathered one time, or we just talking on chat lang, na it wasn't permanent. It'll be okay. RG will be back in the Philippines. Well, until we know exactly when he'll go or go back to the States, it's more on, let's just do what we were doing before, write some new songs, and hopefully we produce something out of it. And I was really happy that we were back. We get to play again. We get to write again. But although not as much as before, but still, I was really excited again after a long time of playing WoW. For now, being in Tonight We Sleep, compared to when we were writing home or playing gigs at that time before we broke up, of course, there's a new environment. A new member brought new ideas as well as a new personality to the band. Dynamics are also new on how we write. I really like it more this time. For home, it was more on like passing the baton. Okay, I did this part. How about your part? How about this part? How about your part? For this is sit down and talk. And I really feel that talking did wonders for what we wrote. When Luis joined the band, it was nice because there's someone new to talk to as well. I knew him mainly because I knew his brothers and he was watching most of the gigs. That's how I initially knew him, but I've never really talked to him until he got into the band. I didn't when he was in Tonight We Sleep, that's when I got to know his influences, what type of music he likes to play, or what type of music he likes to listen to. And it's very refreshing, especially coming from his personalities. He's quite excited about most things, and I really like that in a person, that you can talk to someone and automatically you get positive vibes. So I'm happy that Tonight We Sleep grew one more member, gained one more member, another brother.
I started with Tonight We Sleep na kasi si O, tropa ko na siya sa office that time. And the first time na makita ko sila, it was a band practice. Kasi nagkataon na nagkasabay kami ni O pauwi. Dahil birthday ko, uminom muna kami sa may Timog yata banda yan. Before we went to the studio. Tapos, the next day, kinausap ako ni O if pwede akong maging roadie nila or tech for the time being. So, yun naman, since napapakinggan ko na sila and I went to some gigs, ayun, pumayag agad ako. Sabi ko, oo naman, I'd be willing to join kasi it's gonna be a good experience for me aside from yung mapapakinggan ko sila every time natutugtog. Marami din ako matututunan. So, yun. And I've been with Tonight We Sleep for more than 2 years or magti 3 years na nga yata. It was a good experience kung saan-saan na ako nadala. First time kong sumakay sa aeroplano dahil sa Tonight We Sleep. And I remember a time yung punta namin ng Cebu. First time kong pumasok sa pilot entrance. That was epic. So, yun. Tonight We Sleep has been a good journey for me. Ang dami ko natutunan tungkol sa indie scene and sa music. The time na nalaman kong mawawala si Arj pupuntang US, mawawala yung Tonight We Sleep. Nung una, hindi ako makapaniwala. Probably, akala ko, joke lang to. Ganun. Hindi ko pa naiisip na mawawala yung band na sinamahan ko for 2 years. Though, hindi kasing tagal nung pagsasama namin, yung pagsasama nung members. But then, nalungkot ako sobrang nalungkot ako nung nalaman ko mawawala. Ayun. I didn't know where to go. Kasi sila lang yung band life ko. Good Night We Sleep. Hindi ko siya, ang pakiramdam ko nun, ayaw kong tanggapin na yun yung goodbye. I was still hopeful na babalik tong si RG. Paulit-ulit na iniisip ko yun, babalik si RG, and one time tutugtog din, babalik ang Tonight We Sleep as a band. Pero nung time ng Good Night We Sleep, on that gig, parang na-overwhelm ako sa pagmamahal ng tao kasi ang daming pumunta. I mean, ang daming nakikinig sa kanila and ang daming nalungkot. And nung natapos yung gig, when Lex started crying, I don't know how to hold back tears, pero siguro sa sobrang kalasingan ko, di ko na naramdaman na umiiyak ako. Yun. Nung nalaman kong babalik si Arj, syempre, natuwa ako. Maliban sa hingi ako ng pasalubong. Pero, nung nalaman kong babalik siya, I don't know the definite date, pero looking forward ako. Kailan kayo magkakaroon ng gig? Tinatanong ko si O kung anong balak. Ano na bang balak nyo? Babalik ba kayo as a band? Tas nung na-confirm na nga na tutugtog ulit, sobrang natuwa ako kasi I got to hold their gear, mapapakinggan ko ulit sila sa band. Ayun, sobrang nakakatuwa. And then nung nabanggit sa akin ni O na they're planning to get Luis, which natuloy nga, yun, sabi ko, maliban sa mahihirapan akong tumimpla kasi mukhang 3 gitara na to. Pero, nung nakita kong nung napakinggan ko na silang tumutugtog kasama si Luis, wow, bago to. I would like to hear this more in the near future. Sana magsulat silang maraming kanta. Yun yung nasa isip ko nun.
Nagkaroon kami ng isang conversation ni Lex sa kotse. I think papunta din kami dito for jam or something. Or papunta kaming gig. Tapos, napag-usapan namin na parang okay naman na in terms of na mawawala na yung night sleep, parang napag-usapan namin na as far as lahat ng nagawa na namin, syempre, that time, mga 9 years na din kami. So, medyo, we were happy with everything that we were able to achieve. We were happy with how far we've come. Kasi ako dati, parang naalala ko nung high school, pangarap ko palang magkaroon ng album. Tapos, nakagawa kami 2. Ganun. So, masaya na kami, content na kami sa mga nagawa namin and mga napuntahan namin. So, napag-usapan namin na parang okay lang. We were okay na mawala na yung Tonight We Sleep. Pero syempre, there was a whole other side to it na kasi syempre, aalis si RJ, which is something completely different outside of the band. During the time na Tonight We Sleep wasn't active anymore, I started playing drums for Runway Crimes. So they are very good friends of ours also from the Manila Crew days. So yun, I was keeping myself busy still with music, just with different people. From the time that Tonight We Sleep stopped being active, we had no idea that we were gonna come back. We had no plans of coming back. As far as we knew, we considered it done na kumbaga wala na, yun na yun and tapos na. Then of course, nalaman namin na Arj was gonna come back and then parang wala naman nangyari na usap or plano. It was just kind of it went without saying na okay, kailan tayo tutugtog ulit. And then parang weird lang siya na nangyari na pagbalik ni Arj, parang naging normal na ulit lahat. Tapos bumalik lang ulit sa dati. Happy about Luis joining the band kasi syempre dati pa when he would session for Lex, we were already talking about getting another guitar player. Kasi it's very difficult for Arj to have technical guitar parts na he would play while singing. And of course, we wanted to explore a lot of different kinds of guitar parts that we were not able to do before. Kasi nga, syempre, we did not want him to not be able to focus on his vocals to play better or more complicated guitar parts. So, ever since Louis started sessioning for Lex, we already talked about na siya na lang yung kunin. Kasi syempre, nakita pa lang namin siya sa Theirs era. Parang ano na siya, sobrang fit na siya, yung style ng playing niya, yung use niya of effects, yung kung paano siya tumugtog overall. And then, nung nakausap na namin, apparently fit din siya in terms of attitude, in terms of ugali, in terms of yung trip sa music, pareho siya ng trip sa amin. So, nag-work lang siya talaga. Tapos, nung nag-start na kami magsulat for the newer songs in fractions intervals, sobrang ibang flavor yung napapasok niya. And so far, sobrang ganda nang nangyayari. And I look forward to seeing more of his input in the future. Good Night We Sleep, for me, it was really fun. Actually, sa hindi in-expect, hindi siya malungkot. Naging masaya siya. Surprisingly, madaming dumating, tapos yun na siguro yung halos lahat ng tao kumakanta sa halos buong kanta ng lahat ng kanta, which is very surprising. Usually naman may kumakanta ng chorus or may kumakanta ng certain parts, pero during that night parang kahit naman kami, we really wanted it to be more of a celebration of what we've done and what we've worked hard for. So yun naman, na-feel namin lahat na may nakaka-appreciate naman ng mga ginagawa namin, which is pretty much all we can ask for. So it was good.
Good Night We Sleep, yung gig na yun. Wala, gusto ko lang pumunta kasi, well, I knew na parang mawawala ng Good Night We Sleep. And as a fan, parang, syempre, ano lang, it's a sad part. It's a sad thing para sa akin na, shit, wala na yung Good Night We Sleep. Syempre, nandun na yung mga favorite bands ko na tugtog din. And yun, I really didn't see na sobrang emotional talaga siya on the part of Lex, of O, or of RG, kay Rex. Grabe nga eh. Nakita ko talaga eh, na sobrang they really believe na Tonight We Sleep is something much more from themselves. Parang ganun. I can't really explain it. Pero ganun eh, parang sobrang laking bagay sa kanila ng pagiging Tonight We Sleep. Ayun. It's just sad sa akin na nawala yung Tonight We Sleep. Yan. There was a post RG na sa Facebook and I think naghanap sila ng guitar. I'm not sure, parang session guitars lang ata na. Tapos yun, parang syempre, as a big fan of Tonight We Sleep, parang wow, bakit gusto ko try ito ah. Yun, come like a few months later, bigla lang kinontak ni RG. Then wala, ay session daw ako kasi wala daw si Lex nun. And yung first couple of gigs was sobrang pressure din kasi yung first sa most, that was my first time I played with Tonight We Sleep. Tapos yun, sobrang pressure pa kasi daming ginagawa. Tapos wala, pero good thing sa maliit lang na venue yun, like sa most, and sobrang intimate lang, so not much of stage fright on my part. Pero yung second gig was a really big one. It was I think, if I remember it correct, yung JD Indie Fest sa Makati Circuit, and it was a big stage. Sobrang na-overwhelm ako nun eh. Tapos ang daming tao, nasa main stage pa, so wow. Tapos marami pang ginagawa. Sobrang kabado ako nung time na yun. And I'm really thankful na ginaid lang nila ako, nila O, nila Rex, nila RG, even si Dims, ginaid lang nila ako all the way. And yun, malaking siguro game changer yun sa akin kasi I get to play with Tonight We Sleep. I get to be a part of Tonight We Sleep in one way or another. Tapos when I learned that they really want me to join the band, syempre ako, nag-hesitate ako eh, kasi I have law school, I have There's Era. Tapos, yun. Syempre, sa There's Era, struggling din kami as a band, as a starting band. Tapos yun, I'm quite hesitant. Pero when parang nung tumagal, I really learned to appreciate and love the Tonight We Sleep as it is. Kasi, hindi ko alam eh, I don't know, there's a drive in me na I really want to make this kind of music. Tapos ang closest music na pwede kong i-associate yung sarili ko was that of Tonight We Sleep. Kasi bata pa lang ako, sobrang heavy guitar-ridden bands and music yung pinapakinggan ko. And Tonight We Sleep was para sa akin yun yung closest na wala, yung mga influences like Thrice, like Deftones, like And Beyond the Coast. like Glassjaw. Yun talaga yun. Tonight We Sleep talaga yung ano eh. And I couldn't let that opportunity slip right past me. So, yun. And here I am now, making music with the band I love, the band I grew up with, listening to. That's yun. Big, ano ba? So it's a big honor for me. Yeah. The writing process was a bit challenging kasi grabe napaka-systematic eh. The first time I went sa writing process nila sa bahay nila RG, tapos sobrang systematic lang, ang ganda eh, may stages pa of writing, and wala sa akin, overwhelming lang kasi ang ganda eh, ang sobrang may structure lahat eh. And ako kasi, I'm a team player. I love to work with people na sobrang sipag lang din, and apparently lahat sila masipag and they do their parts really well. And yun, sobrang napapatingin lang ako yun, ang gagaling. Then ako naman, syempre, na-inspired din talaga ako to write music and to make more guitar parts. And ayun, na ano lang ako, parang I've learned a lot during the writing process. Not just musically, but syempre intimately with each band members. Nakabond ko sila. And it's as if I was part of the band ever since they started Tonight We Sleep. Yun, parang emotional and a bit overwhelming on the part where I get to write systematically in a structured way. And the way I write with Tonight We Sleep is the way I really write and I really think of the songs for myself. Because going back, Tonight We Sleep is the music of Tonight We Sleep is the closest thing sa pinapakinggan ko in general. And ayun, sa akin dun ako mas pinaka-komportableng magsulat, gumawa lang ng mga guitar lines. And yun, mas ano talaga sa akin yung ganun heavy guitar rhythm. Doon ako mas komportable, mas masaya. And mas nagda-drive sa akin para para lang to make more music. As compared to my other bands, well, it's more of a pop punk. Well, pop punk, pero there's still a pop element na which in me wala pa talaga sa akin sa sistema ko yung mga pop-ish music eh. Doon talaga sa heavy rock, guitar driven music. Ayun.
Nine yan.
Yung approach ko on my parts sa guitars and Tonight We Sleep was, well, a little bit na paiba-iba kasi at first pressured ako. I have to take the shoes of guitar on guitar duties. Syempre sa akin, what do I have to do? Do I have to play just like RG or do I have to play as me, as Luis? Yun, medyo magkulo at first, pero during the writing process they really guided me just to play how I felt, how I feel, how I really wanted to para lumabas. Ayun, diba? It's really sobrang ano lang, nakaka-pressure kasi kailangan kong first kasi kailangan kong sundan yung Tonight We Sleep sound nung first couple of albums eh. Inaral ko talaga eh. Tapos yun, now that I was given a more I was given more freedom to put my own input sa mga guitar lines. Parang, whoa. I just did it. Na, wala, kung ano lang talagang gusto kong ilabas. Ayun.
The risks that we take, the burden of hoping that you just might stay. A brighter light to show me the way. To be blinded instead of keeping my ambition back there. And I know this will be the death of us, but I can't seem to look at you the way before I realized that I deserve so much. Oh, I've always been right there whenever you needed me around. But when the waves crashing on me, you know it's till me found. Your eyes have always been there, tell me. So go run to your new mistake.
After finishing the EP, para sa akin yung favorite song ko, yung third track, yung Congratulations, You're Dying. Dahil iba siya from the slow songs that we made before. Dahil ngayon, meron kaming mga ginawang backing tracks na may pinasok si O na backing tracks. And at the same time, maganda yung meaning ng song for me personally. Yan, kaya ko siya favorite.
So after recording the EP and listening to it a few times, I think my favorite song is Fractions. Mainly because masaya yung guitar parts eh. Yung intervals din masaya rin. But I think it's a bit of an old song. So medyo fresh pa sa akin yung Fractions. So I'm having a lot of fun listening to that. As well as Find It In Me. Those two songs in terms of yung guitar parts, mukhang masaya. Yung Congratulations kasi I only play in like 2 parts. So, you know, it's pretty chill. Ayun, yun lang.
My favorite song after we recorded the EP is, well, Congratulations, You're Dying and Fractions. Guitar-wise, because I was able to at least give my input kung paano yung guitar progression and mga chords and kung paano ko laruin because I'm really fond of delays and heavy distorted guitars. Yun, natuwa ako kasi I try to compliment myself with Lex, how he plays the guitar. Challenging, pero yun. And syempre, the songs themselves, parang wala. Parang fulfilling sa akin. Saya. Yun.
So after recording everything, my favorite is probably, or if my favorites are probably Congratulations, You're Dying and Intervals. Yung Congratulations, You're Dying, it turned out really well with all the MIDI. Parang first time namin mag-explore ng ganong karaming electronic parts sa kanta. Tapos, okay naman yung kinalabasan. We really like how it turned out.
Out of the 4 songs, favorite ko, pakinggan at tugtugin actually yung Find It In Me. Dahil number 1 punk siya. So talagang fun vibe siya tugtugin. Medyo matagal namin hindi gumagawa ng song na punk yung tunog. For me, the overall theme of the EP is about knowing your self-worth. Hindi na siya yung kagaya before na mga nagpapakamartir. It's about knowing that you deserve something better. And some of the songs rin are hindi na siya themed romantically. Meron siyang theme about family, about personal problems. And yun, for me, that's the overall theme of the EP. And one song with regards to the meaning that stands out the most for me is yung Find It In Me. At saka yung Fractions, kasi somewhat magkakonekta yun na if the person you care about doesn't see all the things that you have been doing for them, then I guess it's not worth it. Parang ganun yung dating sa akin.
For the EP, no themes, I have no idea actually. Haven't really read the lyrics. Guitar parts, basta mabigat, basta magulo, okay na sa akin. Yeah.
It's not your typical hopeless romantic music, pero it's more of how you relate yourself with other people, with your family, with your friends. And to me, parang yun yung, well, you value most the people you really care about. And syempre, there are struggles, there are ups and downs, and yun, how you deal with them. It's really, doon nagde-define talaga yung tao, personally. Yun.
For me personally, not really coinciding with the lyrics, but since the name of the EP is Fractions Intervals, when we were recording some of the demos for the EP, I posted a photo of I think Lex and O, and my caption with that was these are my better fractions. Bale parang relationship rin na your significant other is your better half. Eh since hindi naman sila isang tao lang, they're the better fractions of my life, personally.
I don't want to say you want to be distant or you want to be yung proximity or yung degree of relationship mo with other people, pero it's how you how you try to ganito, how they affect you in what you do, in what you and anong train of thought mo, and how you manifest yourself or how you upbring yourself with others. Okay.
Yung different ways of being disconnected from other people. That's where we got the title Fractions Intervals. Na fractions referring to parts of something, and then intervals referring to the spaces. So it's basically the spaces between those parts. So how things are disconnected from each other, how things can be disconnected based on beliefs or based on distance, literal distance. It can also be emotional distance. So for me, the songs in Fractions Intervals are all about these types of disconnectedness, and basically how they are different from each other, and how these can be dealt with differently also.
Tinatrato ko siya as somewhat of a passage to a different path that they're trying to take, and because of all the setbacks that we had before, parang it seemed fitting na parang patse-patse, fractions and intervals. Yan for me yung personal meaning ng fractions intervals.
Well, after this EP moving forward, maybe I might update the rig to keep things fresh for myself and maybe a bit more hassle for our guitar tech dims. Pero okay lang yan. Besides that, just, I'll find the time to make music for the band, given everything that I have. Pero yung immediate, I guess, within the next few months, probably update the rig. Yeah, that's it.
Moving forward, of course, I still want to write songs with these guys. Newer ideas are coming up. Recently, I've been listening to a lot of R&B. So I'll see how that can influence in the writing process of the newer tracks for the third album.
Challenging for me because I'm in my third year in law school, so I really have to focus. Nonetheless, I'm gonna do my 110% for the band. I still want to write because fulfilling sa akin, and what makes me live, what makes my life a little bit better, a little bit less stressful. And yun, I'm really looking forward to the third album. I can put my skills per se in terms of songwriting and in terms of writing the guitars. And yun, I'm really looking forward to that.
Of course, I plan on continuing to write more with Night We Sleep. We have already talked about a lot of plans for 2018, so I look forward to writing more with them. I look forward to seeing what more we can do with our future releases, and of course continue to play music with them.
My personal goal for Tonight We Sleep is to just keep on writing, kasi para sa akin ito na yung closest friends ko, or probably it's like second family to me, and I think I wanna just keep on continuing what we're doing. And kung sakali magkaroon ng break, or if ever may marating pa kami na hindi pa namin nararating before, or hindi pa namin na-achieve before, then I'd be happy to have that opportunity. But para sa akin, as long as we're just close together and we're making music, yun, masaya na ako for this band.